English football's biggest rivalry didn't live up to expectation, but Manchester United would have ripped the arm off anyone offering them a draw before the game. But what tactics dictated the flow of the game? I'll be focusing on United's defensive formation and how it handed the midfield tactical battle to Liverpool, United's transition and Liverpool's press. Let's move on to the whiteboard. The team sheet for United looked like Ollie's tried and trusted 4-2-3-1 formation, but without the ball, United dropped into a 4-4-2 block with Rashford and Fernandes defending from the front. Going to a screenshot of the game, you can see United's 4-4-2 block, focusing on trying to squeeze space between the lines and to ensure adequate defensive cover in the wide areas, with Liverpool's attacking fullbacks in mind. Going back to the whiteboard, the problem with this 4-4-2 block was United were outnumbered in midfield, which was further emphasised when Fernandes pressed Liverpool centre-backs, leaving huge spaces in behind him for Thiago to run the show. With McTominay and Fred engaged by Wijnaldum and Shaqiri, Thiago was unmarked for the whole of the first half. Going to screenshots of the game, Thiago in this phase of play looks like he is covered by Fernandes, but when Shaqiri plays the ball back to Fabinho, that triggers the press from Fernandes on Fabinho. In pressing Fabinho, Fernandes has moved past Thiago, leaving Thiago in acres of space in midfield. But throughout the first half, it was a constant theme of Fernandes being the furthest man forward, triggering United's press, and Thiago just playing off the back of him in loads of space. In this screenshot, Fernandes is the furthest man forward looking to press Henderson, with Thiago in behind him in space. In this next situation, again, Fernandes is the furthest man forward, with Thiago in acres behind him. This next situation is the most interesting, because despite Fernandes being close to Thiago, there is no intention to get goal side of him. Instead, he just moves across the pitch alongside Thiago. Throughout the game, Fernandes did nothing wrong. He was following Ollie's tactics, which in my opinion were clearly wrong based on how Liverpool dominated United's midfield. Going back to the whiteboard, the flip side of United's 4-4-2 block formation was, with Thiago getting into advanced positions, on the transition, Fernandes was finding himself goal side of all Liverpool's midfield, which forced one of Liverpool's centre-backs up the pitch to mark Fernandes, leaving space in behind for United to attack. Going to screenshots of the game, Fernandes is goal side of Liverpool's midfield, which forced Fabinho out of Liverpool's defensive line to press Fernandes. Fernandes plays a lovely ball around the corner to Fred, who attacks the space vacated by Fabinho. Fred plays the ball onto Rashford, but overhit the pass. We know how good Liverpool's high press is, and it forced United to turn the ball over to them on numerous occasions. Moving to screenshots of the game, Maguire is on the ball, with Firmino looking to press Maguire, but also shadow marking McTominay. Wijnaldum is ready to back the press up on McTominay. Salah is engaging Fred, and Mane is shadow marking Wan-Bissaka, but also ready to engage Lindelof. Firmino gets his foot to Maguire's pass, and it drops to Mane. But even when United beat the high press, Liverpool's mid-press was equally effective at forcing United to turn the ball back over to them. In this screenshot, the ball is played to Rashford. United have beaten Liverpool's high press, but their mid-press forces Rashford to play the ball back to McTominay, who is surrounded by Liverpool players. He plays the ball out to Pogba, and again, Pogba is swamped by Liverpool players, and he is forced into playing a speculative long ball, and Liverpool win the ball back. Liverpool's press ended up forcing United to play long balls from goal kicks and free kicks up to Rashford, who lost the aerial duels. In this screenshot, De Gea is on the free kick and has short passing options. He pings the free kick up to Rashford, who loses the aerial duel, and Liverpool win the ball back. Liverpool's press contributed heavily to Liverpool dominating possession 65% to 35%. Alongside this, United had an inferior pass accuracy in their own half and a very low passing accuracy in the opponent's half. The Devil's verdict is, Ollie will be delighted with a point, but Klopp won the tactical battle. Ollie's 4-4-2 block handed midfield control to Liverpool, and Liverpool's high press caused United problems. If Liverpool was 70% of what they were last season, they would have won by a couple of goals. But in the strangest of seasons, they weren't, and United are still top. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game, and if you think United can win the Premier League this season. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.